So first of all, what do you guys notice? What?
His hands.
So notice first of all, there's very little extension through the arms. So even though he's got his arms up here, there's no, very different from what Asha was doing yesterday, just figuring out how to push off. He does not know how, he's stabilizing, but he does not know how to push off through the arms. And again, and he's coming very far forward. So again, I think he has a better center of balance through the chest cavity than he does through the pelvis, because he's still not sitting up. See? Right? So, this is where most people would say, well, he's sitting up. Well, yeah, well, is he? You know? Look at it, look at the backside of him with sitting up. Here, turn him around real quick. Look at how far forward he has to come in sitting. Do you see that? There, see? And now his hands are sliding out. This is perfect. The lesson we just did with the feet, if your foot was out there, you would slide away. So he does not know a good place for his hands even to stabilize him, so he's sliding. But again, he's 5 months old. I don't expect, But see, he's trying to push himself back now. He knows he's in trouble. And also, do you notice that? So his breathing's being compromised, let's say, or not as efficient. Now, that was quite nice. When holding him up, he had a nice little torque. He went off. He's almost into a side sitting. His feet really aren't that flexed. But see, also, look at how he gets up through the chest. Let's see if I can get him to do that. See how he's lifting the chest up. So that's where when he's sitting, the arms are going off here to the side. So here, I'll see if he'll do that. So see, is that on the camera? Mm-hmm. So his arms want to go back. Once he stabilizes, he can kind of go forward. And he's trying to be a baby, play with his toes and stuff. But if I were to let him go right now, he'd just... So with that, now again, I don't normally talk this way to a mother. What do you see? You're going after the camera, you don't even see yourself because the video is towards Crystal.
You want to see yourself?
But that's all the stuff that's going through my head. So now I'm going to work. So what I'm doing, like I always say, I've stabilized his system. I found a much more comfortable place for him. See how now naturally he's bringing the head, he's playing a bit with the head. I thought you'd be entertained just by women. But if someone wants to grab probably beads or something for him, he'd probably have a heyday. That way he's not totally fixated on the camera, but he seems to really like the camera. But right now, I'm just trying to stimulate his lower vestibular system. I have no idea what I look like, so I don't worry about it. And I think he has light hiccups.
Yeah, you just eat.
Just give him one. You don't need to hold him and do it. He'll be just as fine on his own.
Maybe he's a grabber. The grabber.
But he's pulling the right foot so much. He's
Right.
balancing himself.
Also, he
on
wasn't
that.
capable of just grabbing him back. He had to lean forward, grab, see?
So that's why
Now that he's moving more, then his
balancing.
vestibular is going. He's doing whatever he can. He's going for brute strength versus balance. Also, this is classic example. Getting him right here at 5 months, you have a much better chance of working with his proportions. Going to 8 months, 10 months, I'm really grateful when kids do have needs that they're smaller. because when they start getting out of proportion, which he has already, not that he's out of proportion, but he just has a very large head. And my son had a 14.5-inch head, so I'm not saying by any means because he has a large head that that's something wrong. It's just. So I'm in with the vestibular, with the spine, as well as the chest. Do you want 2 sets of beads?
Oh, I'm good.
Ariana got a new camera, so she's practicing.
She's practicing.
Oh.
Go, Ariana.
I haven't used the tripod yet, so
Yeah, it's a different way of thinking, that's for sure.
I don't want to trip.
Very similar, again with the lesson we just did, of placing the foot to the ground and then the pelvis into the ground. I am going in and just flying into the sit bone, but I'm also at the back of the pelvis to bring the child so he can play with sitting through the pelvis.
So he's basically root strengthening his balance through his chest
Right.
instead of organizing his
Right,
balance.
he's got a gap right through the back here. Now, if that was the first time that I said that, he's actually, see, now he's starting to arch and bring the back up. But up until now, he's been doing this, but all of a sudden now, he's arched there, see?
Is it because you're touching it?
Well,
It's triggering
touching
it?
him, but also moving him in a way where also now the tailbone's coming down into the table, like there.
Do you need the bib, or is he cool?
Well, I don't know. I certainly can make him comfortable.
He's not awesome. He's been teething.
And again, the fun thing is allowing him to play without, quote, correcting him. There, see, now he can, see he's balancing much more through the pelvis. Notice how my hand's still there. He's gotta learn how to do this, that he's not gonna go into a face plant. But see how he's pushing now through the knees? Again, very similar to the lesson we just did, where you would have pressed through the foot and through the pelvis and bringing himself up.
Fake.
It's still not great, you know, it's still, but at least he's figuring it out. Okay, now he's also learning how to try one hand
You
down.
just put it
And
on.
spitting it. He just ate rice cereal.
I've got rice in my toes.
Oh, a little more.
What? More? If he's filthy, it's Bobby's fault for saying big.
I'm sorry. I wanted to see your hands. I figured you'd have them under the bib at some point. We just asked.
fine.
So now,
So will he has a little bit, will he move his feet out a little farther?
I'm hoping to, but right now I'm going after vestibular first. And Mike, what I feel is if he doesn't get a vestibular, me messing with his feet right now, it just would be a lot like you feeling you're falling off the ball, Todd, or whatever that, you know,
Now,
be asking the system to be doing too much.
is
What?
it good for him to be playing like that? He really loves to sit on not the bumble seat, but that donut pillow thing,
Right?
and play like that.
Yeah.
Is it okay for
Well,
him?
he doesn't have to work as hard.
Yeah. You don't sit him on the bum though, 'cause he's too big.
Well, you don't want those plastic suckers that they stick the pelvis in. You might as well just,
I was thinking about, or maybe you and I talked about that, Michelle, the other day, about that. When my kids were little, and probably when we were all little, it was those big playpens that had the hard, almost plywood bottom, so it was more like floor time, you know, where they could push, and now everything's like soft bottoms and, you know, those little sort of pop-up things that have a soft bottom in them, and they're just kind of like, and there's nothing to really, you know, push up, and I think my daughter's 26, I think she had one of the last big hard, and then you couldn't even find those anymore, you know, because they weren't portable.
no, also liability. Kid falls
Yeah.
down and hurts their head versus.
Yeah. But I saw somebody in one of those little soft pop-up things the other day, a baby, and I thought,
As a first sign, I just saw the extension. Notice that there's a string on the head. And see, the head goes up. There we go. There we go. There he is.
big boy.
There. And see, babies know, this is new. But he also is, they're like you little human calculators. It's like, hey, in this position, I can get a lot farther. That's why kids, they don't go, oh, okay, I just learned this. I'll just chill out and experience it once. And that's what your daughter was doing. Like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for this. Now here again, he's worried about his balance, more so to the right, so the arm's coming out to counter. Okay, you hold it there. I'm gonna let him fall. Boom. Boom. I know. Boom. There we go. Notice again how I'm not after the feet coming around and all of that. I'm just happy that he knows what it's like to be on his knees. And see, now he's starting to do just that little, oh my goodness, was that too much? It's okay.
Serious. So serious.
I'm gonna see if he'll let me work with him just a little bit lying down. There you go now. You got beads here. Got big things here. Yeah. And everybody's still here at your party. Again, this is a lesson I just did with you. Do you think? I let him push me away. There you go, stretch it. There, let it go. Very good. Now you're working at it, huh? You like those kisses? Oh, me too. You got everybody.
Be careful because he hinges and grab your
He's
ears.
drawing you in.
Got him.
Look at how happy you are to get through here. I got away. You're smug now, huh? You think you can control me? Ha. There we go. See, just coming up like that, and he wants to push the belly out. Oh, what was that? Very hard to sit up with my fingers in that position. You want to get up?
Like, because last time I was in
So this was my conversation I was having with Crystal yesterday. Notice how hard it is. I was doing that kind of on purpose. He wants to sit up. Real key point here. So when I go like this, the top part of his head doesn't want to bounce up or roll up into. Now, part of that could be just the shape of the head, it could be his life experience. So let's see. So instead of going under the coal head here, I'm gonna go right here to the back of the head. Yeah, is that okay? No, I need to teach you how to, there we go. And it's just a quick little lift. But if that part of the top of the head, oh, stop.
Good job. He hasn't rolled over that much.
What?
He doesn't roll over by himself.
Oh, really? You just did there.
He does now.
That easily, he does not. It takes him a long time and a lot of complaining.
It's just this section of the head. So now it could be, and again, that the head is a little bit flatter here, I get that. And notice how it points a little bit to the top, so it's not as rounded as you or I. However, I've not seen mommy or daddy. This totally can be a genetic situation or whatever. So I don't look at it and go, oh, it's because of blah, blah, blah. However, when he was trying to get up, he did not have where this section of the head wanted to get up. Oh, I haven't lost one yet. So now what am I supposed to do? Oh my goodness.
And he,
Oh, thanks. Same thing, he doesn't have that spot in the chest where it wants to come up, and that's what I'm looking for, to show. There it is, there it is. Yeah, well, don't hold your breath while you're doing it. To lift him right in this position, he's extremely heavy. I'll let you fall. This is where, too, I don't reward flying babies. If I'm stabilized like this and I go to lift my hand up, I would fall over. So I don't let him learn that this is okay. He needs to counterbalance through the elbow. But if he doesn't know how to counterbalance through the tush, the elbows aren't gonna happen.
when you say counterbalance, is that like shifting the weight?
Yeah. There we go. Now he's pushing up through. One of the biggest disservice, see, that's a counterbalance. But since I'm doing it though, I'll still take it. This is a counterbalance. And as you can see, he's not happy with it, but that's okay.
You're saying one of the biggest disservices?
Kicking a kid and just putting them on all fours, because their brains are going, well, now what am I gonna do? If I can't shift this way, so if I'm on all fours and I can't shift whatsoever, I don't know to counter, I don't know to go back on my tush, I don't know to do this, I lift my hand up, I'm just gonna face plant. I mean, how am I gonna crawl? Crawling is, I go a little bit to the left, If I reach over here, I need to my arm's bent, but I'm not falling down, I'm over here going like this. I'm not like this, see, I don't have the extension. But if I start to rotate and go through, and those are all the things you really, if you can, develop at these stages, and that's why babies do what they do. However, as they get older, so even though he's 5 months old, I still think, what am I learning from him that I'm going to apply to a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old or something that's just, but you have to do it quicker, Their brains don't necessarily want to go back to babyhood. And that's some of the stuff we're going with her son. He's 7. Mentally, he doesn't want to play with beads per se. And that's okay. Does that feel good now? See here how he's learning how to shift through the right to the right to the left. There we go. See, just lying down how I can organize his shoulders. Now I'm curious to see if just that little bit, look at the difference now. He's still having trouble. So let's see what I can do in this position. So I'm going to come here and just find it. I'm just helping you find it. There we go. Feel that? I feel that. Ooh, wow, that's totally different. Yay! Now let's see. There we go. See? Head's coming. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Okay. Now I gotta bring this arm over.
What is that called when their arms just go and their legs just go like, like a plastic doll?
Well, it's not that a plastic doll. He's a smart boy. So he's trying to find his vestibular, his balance. I know. See, you're ready now? He's starting to push through and he's got the head organized different. If your balance point is right here, you do it. Tighten your chest right here and balance through there.
Yeah.
There's no way you can have arms that I have the fine where you're doing these kind of things. But I can hopefully sometimes tell you to soften your chest, but
Yeah.
he's 5 months old. What's that going to mean to him? I have to show him through touch or movement.
He seems more comfortable like that.
So even though it was a lot
There
of
we go.
work,
So now he's starting to seesaw, just that little bit. What?
even though it was a lot of work, he had some success balancing on his chest, so he decided to stay with that,
Right.
basically.
Okay.
So would you get happy talking at this point as he's breathing a little more comfortable?
Not only that, but he doesn't need the toys as much for a second. He's talking with you guys. He's back to being a little social. So with that too, that I'm trying to upgrade it now with lizard moves and getting him to do the knees up. See again, when his counterbalance gets better, I can bring my knee up. I don't startle him. There's no startle. He doesn't have to. He's starting to sway the back and adjust to my movements. Just like that. What? How'd you get back here? How did you get back here? Now you're stuck with me again. Do you want to go find them again? What do you think?
Look at that head. He just went up.
So now I'm going to try him this way since he's doing really well. Wow. I'm going to spin you. I went to Syracuse, so all I'm seeing is a big orange t-shirt. I am. Find Crystal. Now this is a little bit harder because the arms are out here, and maybe he just doesn't want to sit down. This is where, or sit up. Ah, you little cheater. See how he, look at that sucker. He just grabbed my shorts thinking that was gonna pull him up. I caught you! No cheating! No cheating! I mean, at 5 months old, that's pretty brilliant. Let me grab onto something.
Oh, smarty one.
Listen, that. Oh, I gotta move my arms around. That's better for rolling. It's still not a sit up. Oh, you got rewarded though. And again, this is my, let me get back for a second, check him out. It's his rest, it's my rest. Doesn't always have to be. Also, what's nice now too, I should be able to spin him. Little startle, but he recovers because I'm playing with his toys more. He got back to me again? How do you keep doing that? How, oh, you got Blanky though, score. Score. Well, come on, let's see if you can. Are you gonna do it on your own? No. Figure it out. It's, there you go. Do we need new toys? Okay. Don't mean to have you bored, sir.
He's not upset. He's just.
Oh, I know.
Give me something else.
This is something that we're going through, I think. What do you think?
I don't know what you mean.
With your daughter going when she's on her belly and she's getting sort of upset and then she's fine, she's going upset.
Right.
I think it's the same kind of, again, we'll see how today goes, but I think it's a little bit like,
Oh, it's on the
up top.
Ah.
Oh, McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Let's climb a cow.
Gosh, what is that?
I'm actually,
There is a farmer who has a dog, and Bingo is my name.
Look at his eyebrows.
now look, notice how he started huffing and puffing again. So that means that there's maybe a little bit with the vision going on.
In the pond.
Or it's just too much, you know, but, and it could be just that he's excited. But in this position, he still doesn't know how, this is too complex for him, he doesn't know how to play with it. Now, if I were to bring him up to sitting,
You want something
You
different?
find let's
What do you want?
maybe just like to the balls and stuff,
Balls.
please? I mean, he likes to play with them, but you see how it's just. But what I'm gonna do now. Thanks. Yeah. But see, again, we go back into playing and he's totally forgot he's got a body to be in. That would just, it's okay, babies are built a little bit different, but if you and I were to do that kind of a spread, yeah. Oh, I have to give you everything at once, we can't just explore one at a time? Quarter. Quarter. This is why people spray paint walls. See how he's going through and marking each one? When they don't develop past that immature response, they can continue into adulthood. Any questions?
He wants that ring set.
Oh no!
Got away from you.
See what I can get with it. Oh no, I put you back down. And this is where he's confusing to a lot of parents. Okay, great, he can cross midline. I just put up a toy, he grabbed it with both hands, that's great. But yet, technically, he's not sitting up, which is okay. It's just 5 months old. So we're still at that borderline, like, okay, he doesn't have to be sitting up just yet. I'm not looking for. However, I still know that the head's functioning in a way that has, even just a month from now, as he gets better, bigger, and so does that noggin, that's still gonna be a hard puppy to lift. On his own. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now that he's got a toy that he's, I was supposed to say, now that he's got a toy that he's happy with,
He wants to get his mouth on it, and chew on it.
oh,
but-
is that, you know what, why don't you give him his passy while he's doing that so he can get his oral as well as his teeth? Since it's not doing the full job. Oh, this is what Gordon would do. There we go. Okay, I said there we go. Notice how all of a sudden it connected. He's calm enough or whatever, but I got feet. His feet are up, so he's more of in a roll. Do you see it? I can just... And once I can do that, because I moved his head, so another toy. At your age, you're going to have to let go of one to play with the other. You don't have the hand strength for both. You decide. Oh, good job. That's how vision looks over a baby.
How much would you say, well,
Go ahead.
how much would you say you assisted?
Oh, like barely. He was faster than I was.
Is that
If my hands
pre-call?
weren't there, he would have been fine.
When he's lifting his bum up, is that a pre-call?
Oh yeah, because it's a free crawl, but you also sort of want that seesaw where the bum can go up and then the shoulders can go up. That bum. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah. Because right now he's flailing a little bit, but again, he's figuring it out. See, I would be happy. See how he's almost doing airplane with his legs? I would like more knees down, so bum up. See how he's got more strength through those legs. Look at that. However, he's stabilizing the head and doing all of that. Oh my goodness. So let's see if he'll do that on his own now. See, it's only that one spot. Oh, see how that was it. Good job.
Yeah.
So I'll do it again. Nancy can take his head. I should be able to. There we go. And now he doesn't need so much of stimuli. Well, it doesn't help if you're holding on to beads. There we go.
He's really spending a lot of time on his belly. Usually he protests.
There, now he's going down knees on the belly with that bum. See, now it's also more kicking on the table. That's where the artificial floor starting to bring the foot down. That's an actual cook versus the flail. So let's see if there we go. Yeah. Porter.
You should see his sister. His sister has a big eyes.
Let's
curly
go that
hair.
way. There we go.
She's only 30.
Oh my goodness, you did not. Again, it wasn't a force. He just was happy playing. But what I'm looking for is this now. Let's go over here now. It's the arm. Oh my goodness, we can roll. Now he's getting stuck with the legs because he's just not rolling through.
I think he's not used to this side, so he trying to go back to the
Right. So here,
the
I'll show you
neutral,
again
like curl
now.
up.
And now we're in a tug of war. Go.
Good job.
But this way. Whee! Now see, now you won't even do that. Now you're a Jeep. To correct, roll upright.
That's just so much fun. He's gonna do it over and over.
That's a nice thing too about babies is the pride factor that they have. It's very hard as a grown adult sometimes to have that pride factor. You do something, you should just, you know, like I bell tested. I choke. And you go over your head of all the things you did wrong. He's not doing that. You just do it. You don't learn if you don't just do it. Look at the work this child's doing. I'm not touching him. You do this for an hour. You'll be like, I think they did a study once of like 5 football players with a baby and they had to copy the babies.
Yeah, like that.
I know. I hate to roll you. I don't want to roll you on your back again because you're like really scoring here for a second. But I want to go work on the shoulder because I don't. Well, yeah, if you go on this hand, then you can play with that hand. But that's what I'm working on right now.
He's one of those, I want all toys.
And blankie, I think. Uh-oh. Now I'm curious to see, now he's more to going on all fours. Are you stuck? Okay. He's stuck. Can I keep them a little closer so you're going more this way instead of that way? Interesting, when he's trying to mouth it like that, oh, it's real hard through the chest. Do you see this at all? He's almost stopped breathing while he's trying to bring it up into his chest. Totally stops his back movement, just for the oral. You didn't put it close enough.
Oh. Oh, he.
Do we want this? Is that what you're going after?
Was Aaron exhausted after you were done with him last time? Oh my goodness.
He went into the standing that day.
Yeah.
So now what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, I know. Work with me here, kid. I got a plan. Well, now I want that toy. What's your title?
Yeah, good luck with that.
You want his binky
I
back
was
in
gonna
his
say,
mouth?
maybe his binky would be the answer.
He wants to orally.
What I'm doing is trying to bring him back, roll him on the pelvis, and also roll this section of the back backwards. And notice how when I'm doing that, I'm bringing him a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. Ooh, fall.
Rerinse.
God bless out of sight or out of mind for baby goes So what I'm doing here is I'm presenting the right hip forward now and backward in relationship to the upper body. Under here. And that's that 1 ATM when you swing the foot. That's okay.